Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Let's start today's chat with a thought. Have you ever watched a movie and felt a real connection with the main character? Maybe it was the angry young man, fighting for fairness against a bad system. He used his fists to speak. He stood up for regular people. His win wasn't just about money, it was about earning respect. His story became the story of millions. People saw their own struggles, their own anger, their own hopes. This is the magic of movies. They don't just entertain, they show us what we really want and what we think success looks like. Think about it. A hero's journey on screen is a powerful thing. He might start with nothing, facing impossible problems, but with pure will bravery, a good heart, he wins. Now, let's explore a powerful concept that operates just beneath the surface of our daily lives: psychological branding. To understand its true impact, let's first step into the world of business. Companies invest countless crores to build a brand. But what does that truly mean? It's more than just ads, logos, or catchy songs. These are merely the tools. The real work is in storytelling. An advertisement isn't just showing a product, it's weaving a narrative where that product is the hero. A logo becomes a psychological shortcut, a trigger that instantly unlocks a set of prepackaged emotions and ideas in your mind. So, why this elaborate effort? They want to forge an emotional connection with you. They want their product, be it soap, a car, or a cold drink, to mean something more. They are selling an identity. They want you to feel that buying their product makes you stronger, more stylish, or more successful. An ad for a car doesn't just sell transportation, it sells the image of a perfect family vacation. The unspoken promise is that this car is the key to family joy. This takes time and relentless repetition. It takes years of saying the same message, day after day, to slowly build that trust and desire in your mind. These companies are experts at creating an image, connecting their brand with feelings of happiness, family, and being important. Now here is the crucial question. What happens when this same powerful strategy is applied not to a product, but to a person? What if it's used to sell leaders? Consider the phenomenon of actors turning into politicians, especially in South India. Think of superstars like Rajinikanth or Vijay. For decades, they have meticulously built a brand on the silver screen. Rajinikanth is not just an actor, he is Thalaivar, the leader, an invincible force for justice. His punch dialogues become cultural anthems. Similarly, Vijay has cultivated the image of Thalapathy, the commander, who fights corruption and stands for the people in his films. This is a long-term branding campaign. When they enter politics, they aren't starting from scratch. They are leveraging decades of emotional investment from the public. The line between the on-screen savior and the real-life politician blurs. The trust and admiration built through cinema are transferred from the character to the person. The hidden message is potent. The hero who saved you on screen is here to save you in real life. This brings us to a phenomenon deeply woven into the fabric of Indian society. In India, cinema isn't just entertainment. It's a cultural institution. And within this world, the line between the actor and the character they portray often dissolves. Psychologists call this a parasocial relationship, where we form one-sided bonds with media figures. But in India, it transcends that. The star who vanquishes villains on screen is often perceived as a savior in real life. Their on-screen personality, meticulously crafted by writers and directors, becomes fused with their off-screen identity in the public's imagination. This admiration quickly evolves into devotion. Fans don't just applaud the performance, they begin to emulate the performer. It's a powerful form of identity building. Think of the countless fans who adopted Rajinikanth's iconic swagger, or the way he'd flick his cigarette, or consider the youth who mimic the punch dialogues and mannerisms of Thalapathy Vijay. They copy their hairstyles, their fashion choices, their way of speaking. The actor becomes a blueprint for how to live, how to be. In a sociological sense, the star becomes a powerful role model, offering a tangible guide for aspiration and self-improvement. This profound influence isn't accidental. It's deeply rooted in our cultural psyche, which has a long tradition of revering heroic figures. This admiration goes beyond simple imitation. It blossoms into a powerful, unwavering belief. When we see an actor portray an honest, crusading police officer in a film like fighting a corrupt system we all recognize, we don't just see a character. We start to believe the actor themselves embodies that integrity, that courage. The fictional narrative provides a cathartic release, and we project that gratitude onto the actor. This projection intensifies when they play wise, noble leaders who fight for the common man, like in Vijay's film. The on-screen champion of the people feels like the perfect candidate to be an off-screen one. It's a short, seemingly logical leap in the minds of many to want these cinematic saviors in actual positions of political power. This journey from the movie set to the political stage is a well-trodden path in India. We've seen it with legends like MGR and NTR in the past. More recently, we see it in the political ambitions of superstars like Rajinikanth and the official political entry of Thalapathy Vijay, whose party name, Tamilaga Vetri Kajagam, translates to Tamil Nadu Victory Federation, a title that could easily be a movie sequel. His filmography is filled with roles that positioned him as a voice for the disenfranchised, building a political base long before any official announcement. When it comes time to vote, millions cast their ballot not for a politician with a detailed manifesto, but for the image, the hero they've loved and trusted on screen for years. We place our faith in this carefully constructed persona, a symbol of hope and justice, sometimes overlooking the actual person behind it. But this is where the real danger lies. In our adoration, we begin to conflate the curated world of make-believe with the complex, messy reality of our own lives and governance. The on-screen hero operates from a script. They have a writer who crafts the perfect, rousing dialogue. They have a fight choreographer who ensures every punch lands flawlessly. They have a director who guarantees they will triumph over evil in the final act. Their world is a controlled environment, meticulously designed for a predictable, satisfying, and happy ending. Real-world problems, however, don't have a script. They aren't solved with a single punchline or a climactic fight sequence. Governing requires nuanced policy, difficult compromises, and facing challenges that don't have a guaranteed happy ending. The hero's victory is an illusion crafted for the screen. The question we must ask ourselves is, are we voting for the illusion, or for someone equipped to handle the unscripted reality? So, what's the answer? How do we stop our minds from being shaped without our permission? We live in an ocean of stories, and our minds are like sponges, absorbing everything. The influence is subtle, a slow drip of ideas and values that shapes our perception of the world. The final answer isn't to stop watching movies. That would be like refusing to look at a beautiful painting. Movies are a magnificent art form. They give us joy, making us laugh until our sides hurt. They give us hope in our darkest moments. They give us a look into different worlds, allowing us to walk in another person's shoes and feel deep emotions. This magic is precious. The answer, my dear friends, is to be aware. But not just aware in a passive sense. The solution is to become an active participant in our own entertainment. Consider what happens when a person converts to a new religion, joins a cult, or even becomes a devoted fan. Their values, preferences, dress, and even food choices often change. In effect, their mind is rewritten with a new set of priorities, making them favorable to some groups and less so to others. This is similar to how marketing works. Corporations aim to colonize our minds by appealing to our subconscious, a part of us that few truly control. The world has learned to fear outward violence, but we rarely recognize the dangers of inner-world manipulation. Most people think this is normal, but it shapes who we become in ways we barely notice. Learn to watch with an active, thinking mind. Understand the profound difference between the story on the screen and the complex, messy reality of life. A movie offers a neat, 2-hour solution. Life rarely does. Psychologically, our brains are wired for these simple narratives. They provide an emotional release that can be addictive. But mistaking these fictional blueprints for real-life solutions leads to disappointment. This awareness is the key. It's the first step towards true freedom of thought. Consider the mass hero in our cinema, the figure who single-handedly defeats evil. We cheer for them, we admire them. But what happens when that on-screen persona bleeds into reality? We've seen icons like Rajinikanth and Vijay use their immense popularity as a launchpad into politics. Their cinematic image as saviors becomes a powerful political tool. Understanding this mechanism is how we reclaim our agency, not just as viewers, but as citizens. This process starts with learning and thinking about ourselves. Encourage our children to ask questions. And most importantly, encourage ourselves to ask questions. Why is the hero always successful in this way? What idea of beauty is this movie showing? Who benefits from this message? Is this character's solution real, or just for drama? What perspectives are missing from this narrative? Look closely at what we take in and we get our power back. We transform from being passive consumers of information to being active, critical thinkers. Thinking for ourselves. The most valuable skill in this media-saturated age. It is the real big prize. By breaking the habit of blindly accepting the images we are fed, we not only empower ourselves to live more authentic lives, but we also contribute to a healthier, more discerning society. The remote control for your mind is in your hands. Don't give that power to anyone else. Thank you. Good night.